Fair.
Mortal Kombat.
That's fair.
Any of the new Mortal Kombats.
It's gone straight into that, basically.
They know you're going to have to refight these guys 1.5 million times.
Yep.
Unless you are just so good at Mortal Kombat that you can beat people. And I'm sorry, I'm not one of those people.
Yep, me neither.
It takes me several tries, and I have to watch full cinematics.
Over.
Non-skippable cinematics.
Over.
You know what? I think that's it. As long as I can skip through cinematics I've seen before, cinematics are okay.
Yeah, you can't do it. That's fair. So now you guys know that. And my outlook on that when it comes to cinematics, I like cinematics, and my thing is, I'm a very big critic when it comes to cinematics. The reason I say it is, if you bore me when it comes to cinematics, I'm done. The game's just over for me, regardless. And where this ties into coming like in Metal Gear itself is like a Metal Gear Solid. The character base is ridiculous. Is there a lot of storyline in this game? Yes, very much so. Was I still interested? Very. And that's saying a lot for me because I'm a huge critic. And when it comes to movies, same thing. It blew me away because the storyline and how many story arcs each character has, just ridiculous.
Well, that was really the whole point of the series, is it was character driven.
Yeah.
It was not.
That's why I loved it.
It wasn't so much about the mechanics; it was about the characters, because the mechanics had changed throughout this entire series.
Yeah, it has. And when I started playing Metal Gear Solid for the first time, the characters they brought in, of course, there was the familiarity, and when you have Snake, and Solid Snake and all this other stuff, basis of the story, but all the villains that came in, I had no idea who they were.
Oh my god, some of the greatest villains.
And
here's the thing, I haven't played these games. I really haven't. I seem to have quite, at least a little bit of knowledge on this.
Yeah.
But that's
like
I said,
and then Wikipedia.
Exactly.
And stuff like that.
But here's the thing, even growing up not playing these games, I still hear about the villains.
Yeah, because that tells you, they tell their own story. You don't have to play the game to know that this will tell its story through someone.
Friggin' having somebody, come up and go, oh my god, dude, friggin' Psycho Mantis.
Yeah.
Right? The fact that I know his name and I've never played this game.
Yeah, and I have. Here's the thing. Even me and Troy discussed this before, is if y'all don't know this, of course you should by now. It's been...
Spoilers.
Spoilers, of course. Here's the thing. Psycho Mantis, back in the day, there was nothing called YouTube back then. It wasn't even barely started in 98. It probably wasn't. And it was there, but it did not exist to go, oh, I don't know how to beat this guy. Hold on, let me go. All right, I know how to do this. Did not exist. Psycho Mantis was the biggest son of a bitch I ever played against in my life. I had no idea how to beat him. And my thing, it really was a fluke for me. I had two controllers playing it once. We were playing some other game, some fighting game. And then all of a sudden, I sit down again and see if I can beat him. And it was my cousin. And he's like, oh, you beat him? How'd you do that? We played almost 5 hours straight trying to beat this motherfucker. It would not happen.
Well, here's the thing.
Ever.
Psycho Mantis is one of the coolest villains and neatest mechanics of the video game industry in its entirety. No one else has done a villain like this.
No.
To the point he would read your save cartridges.
Yeah.
And make
Genius.
and make comments about it. Like as you're losing, he would go, "Oh, looks like you were spending too much time playing Crash Bandicoot, going through your save cartridges."
Yep.
He would talk to you, the player. He wasn't talking to Snake, and they didn't pander to him and go, "Hey, oh yeah, you're sitting in a chair eating Cheetos, just." A generic, it could apply to anybody. No. He was talking to you.
Yep.
Specifically. Breaking the fourth wall on that level is ingenious.
It is. It's crazy. Like, it just blew me away.
Knowing that you're playing a PlayStation, and then that's how you have to beat him.
Yeah.
He knew you were playing a PlayStation.
Yep. The factor of, Kojima did that. It's just... That's why
genius.
To this day, he is still like one of the top 10 bosses that's blew your mind away, or the hardest boss to beat. I mean, in reality, is it now? No, because plug in another controller, have it there. Yeah, but that's not the problem. Like I said, YouTube didn't exist to this day, and I still say he is one of the hardest bosses to beat. But once you know how to beat him, it's easy. But still, he is the record books. It's there. He always will be there.
So, real quick.
Yeah.
We're gonna you can obviously look this up on Google. You can look it up on Wikipedia. There's quite a few games in this series, but we're going to do a quick breakdown on what the story or the timeline is.
Sounds good to me.
So, you're going to have to cut most of this out. There it is.
You're good.
All right, so we're going to do a breakdown of the chronological order. All right, so
go for it.
For the most part, the game that came out in 1987 was Metal Gear. That's the middle point for all of the games thus far.
Okay.
All right, so it takes place in 1995. Anything before that, so Snake Eater, Portable Ops, Peace Walker, Ground Zeroes, and even the new one, Phantom Pain, all take place before the original Metal Gear.
Which is so crazy.
All right, and so for those games, you're not playing as Snake. You're playing as Big Boss.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where he's the protagonist. We again know that he's going to become a villain later on, but then once you hit 1995 with Metal Gear, that's when the games Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid, Sons of Liberty, Guns and Patriots, Rising Revengeance come out, and those all feature either Solid Snake or Old Snake, who looks just like Big Boss, because obviously they're clones.
Correct.
And they even have eye patches.
Yep.
Both of them have eye patches.
We all talked about that.
It's crazy. So, if you like the story arc with Big Boss, if you like the new one coming out and you're super excited about Big Boss coming back as the protagonist, yeah, this game is a game for you.
Yes.
If you like playing as Snake and want to hear more about his story, then play the Metal Gear Solid series, Metal Gear 1 through 4.
Right.
All the other games, if I didn't specifically mention them, they're not part of the story arc in canon. They're all either on the PSP, like Metal Gear Acid.
Yeah. Or there's the Special Ghost Ops too.
Yeah.
It was on the systems, but it was just literally ops and how to get through, like, security guards or this or how to get through. That's all it was.
Right. They're not part of the story driven.
Yeah, it's not the storyline at all. It's not the story arc at all. So yeah.
So
I agree with that.
those are the main ones that you should definitely focus on. So what, in your opinion, what drives these games? What, if you were going to try and convince me to pick a game up and play it?
Okay. Basically what I would do, based off of your cinematics, your storytelling, and just all your critical knowledge that you have, or you've come to have, even for this game in general, or even you did not know. The way I would sell this game is basically you are going to like this game or you're not going to like this game. It's always 50-50 when it comes to a game. And I'm not one of those people that's going to hype up a game ever. I'm going to say, you should sit down and play this. Am I telling you to do that? No. I'm just saying you should sit down and play this. Reason being is it's different. And that's how I would sell you the game. It's just different. That's all I would say, one word, and that's what I say. Most people will be like, here's the problem. It's like planting a seed. I just go, the game's different. And you probably should play it, but it's just different. I can say it over and over and over again. The reason I just say just that, I'm not going to say anything else to you, is because all I'm doing is planting a seed in your head. And you're going to think about it for a little bit.
Fair enough.
And that's it. And then you might go watch a couple of trailers, see what's going on. And that doesn't mean you're going to play the game at all. It just means I plant that seed. And that's how it gets rendered by, you've never played the games than I have. Now you know. And that's all I need to say on my end.
Fair enough. And that's from a guy that's played it. So from a guy that has just done his research on this game, is I'm enticed to play it. Honestly, just from reading the Wikipedia on it, and from talking to a couple of good friends of mine. So it's exactly like you said. It's different. It's different than every other third-person shooter out there. Now, with that being said, if you're not a retro gamer, if you're not one that likes polygons or can deal with that, then I would actually go pick up the remake of the original Metal Gear.
That's fair.
I believe it was called Metal Gear Twin Snakes.
Yes, it is.
And it came out for the GameCube. It's from what I've been told, if you're going to start anywhere, start there. You don't have to go back and pick up the NES games.
No, you don't.
There's really no reason they don't add a good solid chunk of story to it.
No. They don't. And my advice when it comes to that, when it comes to starting games, is like I said, since it's different, and if you people like mystery and you just don't want to know anything, like you don't do research, and just by us driving you go play the game, that's understandable. And even the spoilers we gave you, it really didn't give you anything away. The story arc's so big, and everything you can do in the game, to me, is worth it. And so my idea is I would go to Metal Gear Solid. That's where I would say you should start, coming from somebody that has played it before. That's all I would ever tell you to do. Reason being is your mystery is going to be there. And your story arc and your tree branches, as you would say, will blossom and go pull you to where games are. Because you'll start playing different ones. You said you have a big boss, and you're like, wait a minute, is this? And that's where you get curious to go to play different ones. And that's where I say you should start for the Metal Gear series for me.
Okay.
On my opinion, that is, anyways. So, okay. We've basically gone in depth about the history of the game, reason and mechanics of the game, and basically we've touched, what games are out there. Yeah, Charlie might have mentioned all the games, but yeah, there's a lot of games.
There's a lot of stuff to look up, and it branches out so much. That's really and this is part of why the game designer, what's his name, Kojima?
Kojima, yes.
Kojima. Part of his thing is that he just goes off on his own and does what he wants to do. He likes breaking the mold, and when every company wants him to just make another Metal Gear Solid, that's why he goes back and does these prequels, is so that he can do his own thing.
That's fair. I can see that. Basically, and as you guys know, if you know who Kojima is, and we all know who he is, then he also did the Silent Hill series. That series, same thing. He has the same story arc on how he does things there, if you guys know that already. But
it's been big. I mean, it's been in the news lately with him having that fallout between Konami and him.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Yeah, it's basically, here's how I look at, Asian writers, and not trying to be racist to people, of course, Asian writers or video game designers or makers or anything like that is, they push as hard as they can for, like, say, 15, 20 years on just throwing their stuff out there, or games or anything. And what it comes down to is they just get tired. They're ready to I'm done,
Well, I mean, the same thing happened with Super Smash Brothers. He doesn't want to make anymore.
Yeah.
And there's a really, really good video on YouTube, and I'm not gonna look it up.
Yeah. You'll see. If you guys know from YouTube and everybody gets on it, just like if you're watching us, it's the same thing when it comes to that. But back on the subject, of course, with Metal Gear, yes, there's a lot of titles, and like I said, it is different. Should you go out there and play it? You should. It's different. It's just, that's it. That's what I say. I'm a person that loves different. I'm not someone that goes with the crowd, of course. You guys know that already. AAA titles, cool. If I like it, I will try it out. Yes, I will try it out once. I am a big gamer, of course, but
I'm picky.
Yeah,
I'm really picky. I haven't played most of the mainstream games. I haven't played. Oh God, what is that stupid game? Mass Effect. I haven't played Mass Effect. And you know what? I'm cool with that. I haven't played half these games that people tell me I need to play.
Yeah, I haven't even played Mass Effect.
Bioshock. I haven't played Bioshock.
That eventually we'll get to that.
They all get hyped up.
I know they do.
I don't. Assassin's Creed. I haven't played Assassin's Creed.
I haven't either. I can admit that. I've heard all those titles.
And you know what? It's fine. And eventually we'll get into my point and click games, which are God, I love them, but it's a very niche market.
Yeah, and I wish some of them would come back. But, of course, back on the subject.
They tried.
When we're at, and they did. Yes, they did. And basically, come to a close here for this segment, of course, is basically now we're to the point on decisions. We convince each other and what it would be. So, Charlie, I'm going to go to you on this, and you're going to tell me what do you think of the game as you rate it yourself. Like, you can do scale 1 to 10, why for the whole saga, and then would you recommend them playing this game?
So, as a whole, I would absolutely recommend people play this game. In fact, I'm going to go pick up a copy of Metal Gear Twin Snakes as soon as I'm down here.
Well, there you go.
And play through it. So, That way, then when you guys ask questions, I'll actually be able to answer.
There you go.
Plus, it just looks fun.
Yeah.
At least that one. Like, if nothing else, like I'm probably not going to play through this whole series. But from what I've been told, is that Metal Gear Solid is the definitive game throughout that you have to play that one. And so as far as a series goes, I can't rate it. I can't personally rate it.
That's fine. And for someone coming from that and just hearing, that's fine. That's no problem.
But as far as I'm concerned, Metal Gear is a definitive game throughout our culture, and it will remain one of the top 10 games of all time.
That's fair. I can see that. And my side of the story. Rating this out of 10 on my end, I will give it 7. Reason being I say that is the game is not for everybody, of course. It's its own beast. It's its own anything that it needs to be. That's why I give it a 7. I can't give it a 10 because it's not perfect. It doesn't. No games are, and most games that would be that, that's literally blowing me away. Like I said, I'm very picky when it comes to cinematics and stuff like that. And the saga itself, and should I recommend you playing it? Yeah, give it a shot. That's all I say. And I'm not saying, like Charlie House, he says, oh, you play it. You should. Should you definitely play it? No. Is something you get bored, you should try? Will you enjoy it? Yes, you will enjoy it. Trust me. But am I going to force you or tell you, oh, you need to try this game out? No, I'm not going to tell you that.
I will.
He will.
I will come to your house and force you to play Metal Gear.
There you go. So, in comments below, of course, you can tell us who's right and who's wrong if you think. Do I like the game? Yes. Does Charlie like the game? Yes. We both agree this week we do like the game. And that people should play it and stuff like that. So
tell us we're wrong.
Yeah.
Tell us the game sucks. Tell us why it sucks.
Yeah. Why you didn't like it, everything. We want all the comments you can have below and what you have to say. So, in closing, of course, with us, basically, just make a comment, negative comments, positive comments, any comments. I don't care. You just ask a simple question if you want to know about Charlie or me when it comes to video games and how we get our knowledge, whatever. Anything.
If you guys have ideas for games that you want us to do, preferably series, long series with long story arcs, long-ranging games from back in the 80s forward. I'd like to get a chance to do Hugo's House of Horror series every now and again.
Man, I haven't done that.
Right? No, right? Man. It's happening.
Okay.
Anyway, along those lines, just go ahead and give us a suggestion. Make sure to subscribe if you like hearing us jabber on for half hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, but hit that subscribe button and follow us, of course, on Facebook and Twitter, of course. Evo Genius Gaming. Follow us on there, and we will be playing these titles, of course, when we have them. We got them right here, of course. Metal Gear style this time. So make sure you like, subscribe, and we will catch you next Wednesday, with a fresh episode. Nice seeing you guys. Swayze out.
Bye.
Hey guys, I just wanted to thank you guys for coming out and watching the video with us. For Evo Gaming, of course, and please come back next time.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for coming out and seeing us this time. Make sure to come back for future videos. Click that subscribe button. Any comments you feel are right, negative, positive, we like them all. So just make sure to keep on coming back.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. We'll see you guys next time.